Are we live? Crap. Are we live? Please tell me we're live. Stop loading. I'm on. Me being getting impatient. Darn it. Come on. All right, we're live. Hey. Shut up. But mostly, hey guys, it's Harley here, and welcome to my live stream. Pretty much, I just got on here, and pretty much today we are doing another Q&A session. Surprisingly, hooray! But mostly though, I want to ask something. Who's watching right now? Alright. Whoever's watching, chat down in the, live chat. Well, type hello as you're in the live chat, though. Anyways, does anyone have any questions to ask me, though? Oh. Wait. Never mind then. But, mostly, though, I want you all to know. What is... Anyways, is anybody watching right now? One's watching. Okay. Anyways, so... Oh, hello, Joey Weema. And good to see you here. You got any questions for me right now? Well, I'm not being desperate. It's just mostly... I'm just asking, do you have any questions? Type them out in the live chat if you want to ask them, and I'll answer them. It doesn't matter. Oh, you don't really have any questions? Oh, okay, that's fine. If you're here to chat with me, go ahead. So how is it for you where you're at right now? That's the first time someone pronounced my username correctly, LMAO. Yeah, mostly, I read it a bit slow, so I can at least, like, pronounce it correctly. It just, sometimes I'm a bit anal with how I pronounce, someone's username. Like, for example, yours. I almost said it, like, incorrectly. But I stopped for 1 minute, and I said, well, I said it a bit slow, so you can hear me. I was like, Jawi Wima. And also, you see my latest video on the drawing I made, right? I'm just asking, though. Uh, yeah, mostly if I already explained it, and I probably explained it, but you didn't really hear it, I'll explain it just in case you didn't really hear it. Well, do you want me to explain why I drew it though? Uh, Oh, hello, Lucy Goose. How are you doing? Pretty much, how you guys doing so far? Pretty much, the pretty much the picture was supposed to be based off like if I were in the role that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Terminator. Pretty much, and pretty much for the past couple movies, pretty much it was supposed to be based off if I ever played the role as Terminator, or how the character design would go. I can't remember which model was based off though. Probably like the T-1800 model from Terminator 2 or Terminator South Judgment Day. Um, but anyways, pretty much it was supposed to be based off that, and I mostly drew it since Halloween is next week, and probably I'll do like a Halloween live stream or something. I don't know, but mostly though, it uh, mostly though it's mostly Halloween for me is next week, and also no, thanks Lucy Goose. Pretty much, um, thank you for thinking the drawing was cool, but mostly though after Halloween, it's going to be November, which is the month I was born in, believe it or not. And also, I here's a story I want to tell you guys. Pretty much a couple of days ago, actually, no, not a couple of days ago. It was a couple of months ago. Pretty much, it was over the summer. Pretty much, I searched what astrological sign I I represented, and I thought I represented like the astrological sign for Cancer, but apparently no, I was wrong. Pretty much I'm a Scorpio. I know, kind of, it's kind of odd, but it's mostly it's mostly kind of odd, but anyways, do any of you in any way known? Oh, I was about to say, Lucy Goose. I was about to say, what do you guys know what astrological sign you guys were? And apparently you replied with your answer a bit quicker than I expected, though. But but pretty much, still, it was that's a nice astrological sign. And Libra, Joey Wima, you're pretty much that's actually a pretty nice astrological sign, astrological sign to have. But also, Lucy Goose, I saw your video about the mask that you're gonna wear on Halloween. I actually found it pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty well done. Um, Pretty much for Halloween this year, and I know I may be getting a bit too old for Halloween, like my parents always say. Might be like a minute, like something a bit, fits in with the Halloween norm. I'll be right back. I have to go to dinner. I'll be right back. Okay. Just hang in there. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone. I'm back. Pretty much, I'm back, everyone. Pretty much, I had to eat dinner. We had leftovers from, last night. Last night we had, Pizza Hut, and pretty much, if you guys didn't know, I, live in a small town that's in, probably around, like, eastern or western Illinois, and pretty much, there's, like, a Pizza Hut near, the river that's near a bridge that goes over the Rock River down here in the U.S., and pretty much, fun fact, one of my relatives' daughter used to, work there at one point, probably around when I was, like, 9 or 10, I don't know, but, pretty much, had leftovers from last night, though. I can kind of see what other people have to do, mostly. I was mostly, it took a while just to try to get over some stuff, am I right? Mostly, though, it was kind of a, mostly, though, we had a few leftovers from last night, so we just reheated it, and we just reheated it in the oven, and then ate it, mostly. But, mostly, though, I do prefer Little Caesars from, time to time, anyway. It just mostly, I live near a few towns that have a Little Caesars, if I can remember, anyway. But, mostly, though, it's, like, a really far drive. It's, like, not really far, it's mostly, though, take a couple more minutes than it usually does when we get pizza, though. So we don't, and pretty much my aunt doesn't know the number to call for a delivery. So, pretty much we just call the local Pizza Hut that we have in our town. And, excuse me, I had to say dinner. But mostly, though, we just call up the local Pizza Hut that's, in our town, and pretty much they just look for us when we want pizza. But, anyways, pretty much, I remember, pretty much when I was, here's the story. Well, pretty much, not really, but it's, kind of like a mix between one and stories about me being sick, mostly. But mostly, though, being sick is the pits, and I'm betting every person on the earth has been sick before. But, pretty much, I was sick, like last week, pretty much, when I did one of my videos last week, pretty much, you could probably tell that I was sick because of my tone, because mostly I was pretty much with a cold at the time, and pretty much, but wasn't really sick for me enough. I wasn't really sick enough to do a work on videos, so pretty much I just pretty much worked on videos for pretty much half the day, and half the other day was just spent me in bed just watching Markiplier play Doom all day, Doom 2016 all day, and pretty much I'm starting to get out of my cold. I'm kind of a tiny bit sick, but I'm recovering, and it's been a week already, so I'm probably still fine. I kind of sneeze here and there. It normally takes me like around, like probably around a week for me to recover from a cold. So pretty much it's it's kind of a nightmare because mostly I sometimes have issues with sleeping. I know I don't have a sleep disorder. Thank God. I don't really have a sleep disorder, but it's just it's just it's just mostly sometimes I just get up in the middle of the night or something and just mess around with my phone half the night. And that doesn't really help me because mostly I wake up tired and cranky in the next day in the morning. And combine that with my anger issues, and it's a recipe for disaster. But for pretty much that Thursday that I was sick, pretty much I couldn't sleep. Pretty much I could sleep. I only slept a lot shorter than I normally did. I probably slept probably around 2 hours sleep that night, which I normally get 8 or 9 hours of sleep each day, and and pretty much I've been sick in the past, but nothing tops the worst time I've been sick. Pretty much back last year, a year before I started this channel and uploading for you guys. Pretty much pretty much I I was sick for 2 straight weeks. Pretty much I couldn't sleep for those 2 weeks. I couldn't breathe out of my nose for those 2 weeks. And it wasn't like an a week off situation like it was last week. But mostly though, it turned out I had a sinus infection. Pretty much I had a sinus infection during that 2 week period, and I didn't know about it until like a week, until I went to my dad's that weekend, when it was his weekend during that time, and pretty much he told me, he told I don't have any, I can't remember any of it since I don't really have a good memory though, but it's probably I had just your regular average one in the mill cold, or B I had a sinus infection. And probably since the cold lasted for 2 full weeks, probably I had a sinus infection, which made it worse. Pretty much I took Vicks on my chest just to try to clear it out. Pretty much it didn't help me at all because pretty much every time I tried to cover up over my chest when I had the Vicks vapor rub on, pretty much it would stick to it and make the blanket all sticky. So pretty much every time I put on the Vicks, I never worse. I never, I never, every time I put on Vicks Vapor Rub on my chest, pretty much I never put a shirt on when I go to bed, which helps me for not sweating so much in the bed, since mostly some of my blankets are made of flannel and not just average fabric, so, which helps for me not sweating in the middle of the night, and, also, I don't put the blanket up to my chest when I have vapor rub on, because it would just spread all over the blanket and probably all over the top of the bed, which make it a huge nightmare. Now, mostly though, thankfully I never broken a bone, but I was close to at one point. Pretty much when I was on vacation to Wisconsin, I believe. Pretty much we stayed at this hotel in Wisconsin, and pretty much we went into the exercise room or something, and I was at the time I was trying to lose some weight, since mostly I haven't shown my full body standing up yet, but I have a bit of the water weight, you know what I'm saying? But mostly though, at one point when I was trying to exercise on one of the exercise machines, which was probably around 2 times bigger than me at the time, and I was around 5'2" at the time, and pretty much I was back probably around 2017, so pretty much I was back around 2 feet. It was two inches taller than I was, and I was around 5'2", and it was 5'4". Yes, I measured it, and pretty much it was one of the ones where you had to use the bars and your foot was on some sort of thing. I don't know. But pretty much when I was trying to do it without it, pretty much when I was doing it, I thought, hey, maybe I should do this without putting my legs on it. So pretty much I tried it, and I ended up smashing my whole left foot into it, and it hurt. And it hurt like hell. Pretty much, I begged my aunt just to get myself to a hospital. Pretty much, but the downside was that we had to leave. We had to leave the state and go back home, and I didn't want the vacation to end prematurely. So, pretty much, and did you, and you guys didn't know this, but let me tell you a secret. I have a lower pain tolerance than anyone else, since I was born a couple weeks early. Since mostly though, I weighed 3 pounds 0 ounces. Yep, I weighed 0 ounces. I have a lower pain tolerance than anyone else in my family. Pretty much, I'm still working on that pain tolerance, and I'm trying to improve it. But mostly though, it's back then I had the lowest pain tolerance I ever had, and pretty much it hurt. It was like a guaranteed 10 on a pain scale. So pretty much, luckily we had my aunt packed some Advils, pain relievers. So pretty much, I took those and laid in the bed to watch TV. And pretty much one of my favorite childhood films, Cars, like Disney Pixar's Cars, pretty much was playing on the TV, and it was on like ABC or something. And I sat there and watched it while others did something else. And pretty much I needed the time to myself anyway. And so pretty much that. And mostly I was close to breaking a bone at one point the other day. Pretty much when I was getting out of the bathroom, just when I was playing on my Wii, pretty much in my room, pretty much you have this like dresser or something in there, and pretty much I ended up stubbing my left pinky toe on it, and it hurt, and I felt like a slight like crack or something. It like popped. It was like that. I don't know if that picked up, but mostly though, and it hurt. It felt like that time I described earlier, and pretty much I was very much in pain, but I ignored it and carried on after 2 minutes of me hopping up and down, just going, ah, and pretty much going that over and over. And pretty much, I was when I had a higher pain tolerance than back 2 years ago. Yeah. But mostly though, I don't know, it's feeling better now. I can kind of move it, but mostly though, it's still recovering to this day, even though it's been like a month since that happened. But luckily it's okay. I didn't fracture it or anything though. But anyways, pretty much my sister has broken 2 of her bones. One was her collarbone, which I learned when I googled it. Pretty much I googled, is the collarbone the most easily broken bone? And according to Google, pretty much yes. Like for example, watch. I'll say it into my Google assistant. Hey Google, what is the collarbone most easily broken bone? Oh, can't reach Google at the moment. Crap. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get off YouTube for 1 minute so I can use Google Chrome, because my Google Assistant seems to not work when I'm live. Don't know why. Jesus, wait, move this crap. Hold on. Dang it, hold on. I'm gonna have to. There we go. Anyways, I'm gonna search on YouTube. Let me move this out of the way first. Is the collarbone the most easily broken bone? Search that, and because of this critical location on the clavicle, any severe force on the shoulder, such as falling directly onto the shoulder or falling on an outstretched arm, transfers force into the clavicle. As a result, the collarbone is one of the most commonly broken bones in the body. Huh. Yep. So that proves that the collarbone is the most broken bone in the body. So pretty much, this happened back when I was way younger. It was like when I was a young lad. Pretty much probably around like 4 or 3. I can't remember. But pretty much it happened at the park that we have near the Hennepin Canal, which is a canaling here in Kelowna. But mostly though, pretty much my sister and my mother's friend was with us at the time. So pretty much this happened back when my sister was only 2. So this happened around like 2008, 2009. So pretty much she was, and believe it or not, she was trying to play chicken with my mother's friend on the swing, and pretty much, but her friend ended up hitting her by accident, and she went flying. I mean, it was like, I barely have any memory of it, but pretty much according to my mother, she went flying into the tree that still stands to that park to this day. and pretty much we had to rush her to a hospital, and turns out she broke her collarbone. And pretty much a couple of years later, back when I was in kindergarten or pre-K, and I was probably around 5 or 6 at the time, we lived in a different house in Moline, which is a town near Kelowna, which is where I live. Pretty much, pretty much, my sister and pretty much me and my mom was asleep at the time in my mom and dad's bedroom, pretty much, and I'm sorry about that, but mostly, so pretty much this happened. Oh, okay. I'll I'll wait for you, Lucy, guys. I'll wait for you here. Alrighty then. I see it. All right. All right. So so Joey Wima. Um, you got well. Well, Lucy goes. I don't want. I want you to hear it. I want to include everyone in the story. So yeah. But anyways, Joey Wima. Um, how was your day? How was your day? Um, how was your day? Actually, mine is good. It just mostly though I'm still recovering from the cold I had last week. Mine's pretty good so far as well. Pretty much I still getting back in the swing of things after I had fall break from school, and pretty much I'm still recovering from the cold I had last week though. It's pretty much to say I didn't that Thursday when I had that cold. Pretty much it wasn't a really good day for me that last week. Pretty much it wasn't really a good thing. But um pretty much since I only have like probably around, like hold on, let me check. Um Crap, hold on. I probably have like around 10 subscribers so far. So, and according to, hey, you're back already? Okay. Okay, Lucy goes. But anyways, since I only have, okay, you guys, here's a little secret I want to tell you. Since I only have like 10 subscribers, and I, I can't live stream regularly on YouTube, so pretty much I use, CameraFi Live, which I use the live stream for you guys, and which I'm using right now to, live stream, since I can't live stream regularly with since I only have 10 subscribers and I just started like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, back to my story. Pretty much, I was probably around kindergarten at the time. I was around like 5 or 6, and pretty much it's probably happened around like December or January of 2011 or 2012. And pretty much my sister was only 4 at the time, and pretty much I just got done eating dinner. Not dinner, breakfast. This happened during the morning, probably around like 7 in the morning, probably around 6 in the morning. Pretty much, I after I got up from my seat at the coffee table that we had it in our living room at the time. Pretty much, I went back to my room to play some Mario, and back then, and I quote, I was still a Nintendo fan at the time, and I'm still am a Nintendo fan today. I wanted to go back to play some Mario on my Wii, and I had a different Wii back then. Pretty much, the one you saw in my room in my videos, that I didn't have that when I was a kid. It didn't really come out when I was a kid, when I was like 6. You only had like the regular Wii. I had the deluxe Wii that had like a couple of megabytes or something like that. Pretty much, pretty much, pretty much, I went to go play some Super Mario Galaxy on that bad boy, and that was a couple of years, well, pretty much a couple of years before I had to toss it out, since mostly the flying has gone off somehow, but because it was so old. But anyways, pretty much, my sister tried, and she thought she could fly. No joke. Uh, haven't we all, when we were little kids, probably around like 3 or 4, that we ever had the thought that we could fly? Sorry, I'm stammering. It's just sometimes I mess up a little bit. But anyways, as what I was trying to say, pretty much, when we were 3 or 4, did we ever have the thought that we could fly? I did, because sadly we couldn't fly. God would have gave us feathers if we could fly. Um, but anyways, so pretty much my sister thought that she could fly, and this was during a time when she wasn't as smart as had a big of an IQ as she has now. And I didn't have a big of IQ I have now. What am I talking about? But mostly, though, she got on the coffee table, tried the jump, but ended up tipping it over in the process, flipping it, and it landed straight on her left arm, breaking it. Pretty much, my dad saw her arm caught up and broken. I was still in my room at the time, and pretty much in my, I didn't really know what to do when she got on the no, she didn't really die though. She's still alive, but she just got severely hurt, where she had to go to the ER. But mostly though, pretty much pretty much my dad came, who was a married man to my mother at the time, was and pretty much we lived in the house together at the time, and pretty much after he got out of the bathroom, pretty much he saw my sister like severely hurt and with her arm broken and caught, one of her arms, which was her left arm, mind you, as I said earlier, caught in the legs of the coffee table. So pretty much he rushed through the kitchen into my mom's room to go wake my mom up. Meanwhile, after my mom got up, she discovered and she just shouted, "It's an emergency," over and over and over again. Pretty much, I was so scared at the time. Pretty much, I was scared. I was scared out of my pants, and no, not that in that way, but pretty much, I was scared to death. Pretty much, I didn't really know what to do. So pretty much, I turned off my. After a while, I turned off my Wii, grabbed the Luigi plush doll that I had at the time, which I still have, grabbed my stuff for school, and rushed out the driveway where the Pontiac, which was my mom's car, and the Dodge Durango, well, not Dodge, the Ram Durango that my dad had. And mostly that we pretty much I didn't really want to get in the Durango, which where my mom and my sister were in, since I didn't want my ears bleeding from my sister. So for my sister's crying. So pretty much. So I did not. So I got into the Pontiac with my dad, and we drove straight to the hospital, straight out of Moline, probably into Davenport or Coal Valley or something, probably into Davenport, and actually no, I think it was East Moline, and pretty much went down. We went down there, and later, a few minutes later, my grandma, who was my great grandma, who is probably around her 70s or early 80s or late 70s at the time, and she could drive. Pretty much, my aunt and grandma had a Chevy HHR at the time. We didn't have the Chrysler Town and Country that we have now. They had a I almost said Chrysler, a Chevy HHR, and my grandma went to go pick me up, and pretty much and take me to the house that I live in now, which was my aunt and grandma's, and pretty much so I stayed there for a while until it was time for school. Pretty much I went in there. Pretty much I was in kindergarten, so and pretty much later that day, probably after lunch, pretty much my teacher got a phone call from the office. The office called me down to down. The office called me down there, so pretty much I was confused over it, because mostly though I was really tired that day, and pretty much not really tired. It was mostly get kind of tired from that whole ordeal, and pretty much I was called down to the office, and I was like, wait, did I do something wrong? then in my mind, when I was walking down to the hallway, I was like, wait, did I do something wrong? And surprisingly, one of my older relatives, from probably around my dad's side, came to go pick me up. And pretty much, we did a few errands, and I believe is one of my relatives from my dad's side or my mom's side. I can't remember. Probably around my dad's side. So pretty much, we did a few errands, and we went to the hospital that my sister was. And after she was in the hospital room that we were in. She was still crying from this morning. Pretty much, I was confused over how a person can cry for that long because it was probably like I don't know 7 or 8 hours in when from the event she broke her arm. She was still crying from that, and she ended up having to get it cast for a few months until she cut it out, and she hasn't broken a bone since. The end. Pretty pretty serious story, am I right? Yeah, it was a serious story. Um, Mostly though, I want to talk about something else. Mostly, stuff that happened when I grew up, though. And no, we're not going to talk about the breaking bones stuff that I talked about earlier. I already explained that to you, and I don't want to explain it again over and over. Because, mostly, though, if you ever seen that meme from Far Cry, where this one guy was like, do you know the definition of insanity, or something like that? That's going to feel like that over and over. So, pretty much, I'm going to explain stuff that happened when I grew up. Now, mostly I was born November 12th, 2005, in Moline, Illinois. And as I said earlier, I weighed only 3 pounds, 0 ounces. I was so very small and so very thin. Probably I was underweight at that point, like probably underweight. Pretty much, the doctor who was, that was in the delivery room with my sister. No, not my sister, with with my mother. Pretty much, with my mom, pretty much called me a peanut because mostly I was that small. Literally, I was that small. Um, so pretty much I was brought home probably around like around Thanksgiving, and trust me, I might have gained some of the weight that was there. Let me tell you, but mostly though, I have no idea what was there. So anyways, pretty much you know what? I'm just gonna get off stuff from my life. So, how are you all doing so far? I like to ask though. Oh, oh. I pretty much Joey Weema left, and you're the only person left, which I'm surprised by. I was afraid that you left, Lucy Goose, but apparently I'm still live streaming. It's been thank you. It's been 41 minutes, and I don't think I'm gonna stop this stream. Oh, you're still here, Joby Mima? Pretty much dropped to one, and I was afraid that you left. Sorry, but mostly dropped to one, and I thought you left, Jobby. But mostly though, pretty much pretty much pretty much. You guys want me to continue scrumming stories from my life, or you guys want me to go on a different topic? I'm just asking because I just don't want these to become stale. All right, but mostly, how about we do like talk about animation? Pretty much, animation was a huge thing back when I was growing up. Pretty much, I watched a lot of shows from Nickelodeon and and Cartoon Network. But also though, one of my favorite shows though back then was probably SpongeBob. And I'm betting I don't have to explain what SpongeBob is because you all probably know what it is at this point. But mostly though, I think my favorite episode that uh from that uh from that show from my childhood was the season 4 or 5 opener, which was the episode "Fear of a Krabby Patty," and that was that one episode where Mr. Krabs opened the Krusty Krab 24 hours with no breaks at all. And pretty much, I was like, wait. And pretty much, back then I was like, oh, 24 hours. That's. Oh, hold on. I gotta take this. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Also, thanks. Pretty much, it's from a remix of. It's supposed to be a remix of. Is this Such a Utopia from Mother 3. And it's from Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii. That rhymes. But also, though, I just selected it myself, and pretty much it was one of my favorite tracks from Smash Bros. Brawl. So pretty much I just set it as my ringtone. So back to what I was talking about. Pretty much, as I said, animation was a giant thing back when I was a kid. So pretty much, my favorite episode from SpongeBob, as I said, was the season 4 or 5 opener, "Fear of a Krabby Patty." And pretty much back when I saw the episode for the first time, I was like, in my mind, I was like, 24 hours. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. I should work at a job when I grow up for 24 hours. But now, as a teen, I realize, okay, not going home till 12 in the morning? Nope, not today. So pretty much, after that, they go without Squidward and SpongeBob. Don't go without any breaks. And here's what I don't understand about show. I'm sorry for getting a bit off topic from the episode description, but mostly though, this is what I don't get. Why doesn't Mr. Krabs hire more employees? Because normally a restaurant normally has like probably around like 3 or more employees, but it's just SpongeBob and not Patrick, SpongeBob and Squidward there. So pretty much maybe the Krusty Krab is like a failing business. I don't know, but anyways, back to the episode. Pretty much after probably around like 30 or 45 days or something. Pretty much I start going all like insane, and pretty much I seen this like YTP, and if you know what YTP means, it means YouTube poop. Pretty much it was really funny. I think it was called Spinge Bills. Hold on, let me look it up. Give me a minute. Nope, 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 nope. You know, find it. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna pause the video so I can read the title, not the he freaked out thing in the reacting to. Her name was just called YTP. Spingebro's obsession with pianos drives him insane. It was by Captain Ducktard, which I found funny, and I actually watched it myself, and I actually found it pretty funny. And pretty much and I just found it funny because it was like one of the first. Pretty much, Fear of the Krabby Patty was one of my one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes, and one of the first SpongeBob episodes I watched. Besides, I believe the one of the first also one of the first SpongeBob episodes was the I believe that one episode where SpongeBob went to space, then he went on the moon, then he went back to Bikini Bottom, and I think all the inhabitants were aliens or something. I can't remember. My childhood memory isn't is not serving me well at this point. I don't know, but are pretty much other things like I said earlier. Now mostly though, it's mostly kind of odd as you ask me. Um pretty much after that, pretty much SpongeBob's in the kitchen, just all weird eyed and all that. Just after that, Mr. Krabs just slaps him on the back to get him out of that state. Pretty much, he freaks out for 1 minute and he asks him why he was doing in the kitchen, and pretty much asked him that he was working, he was going insane, so going crazy after working 45 or 30 days of working 24 hours with no breaks. Pretty much, I've been streaming 48 minutes. So it was like the craziest thing here, though. Here's the thing, and mostly though, he imagines Mr. Krabs as a giant Krabby Patty. He imagines everyone around him as a giant Krabby Patty, and pretty much after that, he freaks out. And one of the most funniest lines in that episode, besides the one I'm going to talk about in a minute, was, "I told you that shirt was hideous." Oh my god. That joke that line I didn't really get when I was a child, but now I get it because mostly that shirt was remained on that character for probably around 3 seasons at the time. Gotta go. All right, I'm gonna be still. I understand. I'll probably still be live streaming when you're done, Lucy Goose. So, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm still live streaming. Let's hope you can still make it back. All right. Joey Wima, you want me to explain the rest of the story or to you, or do you want us both to wait until Lucy Goose Animates gets back? All right, but mostly though, pretty much that episode, and later in that episode, pretty much the other funny line was, "No, I want to live," and he just screams, "I want to live!" Pretty much, wow, Mr. Krabs just drags him back in the kitchen, and pretty much, mostly he tries to refer him to like a professional psychologist or something, and Plankton just throws like a paper airplane, which has his poster thing, or what do you call it, like a paper, his advertisement, at a SpongeBob in a paper airplane. Then he poses as like a psychologist, and pretty much that episode was mostly, and later so heads to the chum bucket where Plankton's at, posing as a psychologist. He lays on like one of those like chairs that psychologists or therapists have in their offices. Can't remember what they're called though, but like their official name is, I just call them couches or like couch beds or something. But I might look it up later what they're called. But mostly though, after that, pretty much he does an activity with SpongeBob trying to tell the difference between trying to get through his problem, psychosis about the Krabby Patty hallucinations. So pretty much, he tries to organize them about where they go on a patty and if they don't go on a patty, and pretty much he organized them into a piano, which then crushes Plankton. And then actually before that, I missed the scene, but pretty much before that, pretty much tells SpongeBob to close his eyes and and asks what he sees, and he thinks Plankton is one of the Krabby Patty hallucinations, and he says, "Stay back!" And then Plankton's like, "Wait, where'd you get that piano?" And he just smashes, and SpongeBob just smashes like Plankton over and over with the piano. I actually found that episode that scene more funnier than the "I told you that shirt was hideous" scene. And actually, speaking of comedy, I'm gonna show you something real quick. I had to Google it, but pretty much it was based off a meme from Meter Stick Jim. You probably heard of him, but pretty much it was the Sims 3 like patch notes, and it was just him laughing at it. Um, I'm gonna try to do my version of it, but the video is right there. I could show you, but I'm just afraid the stream might be taken out for copyright. So I'm gonna show you with the patch notes that was in there. If I can find it not blurry. Okay, there we go. Do you still want me to read it to you in case for the comedy factor, or do you just want me to continue what I'm saying? Just because mostly though I just found the video funny, and pretty much I went and created my own version of it. Okay, but pretty much. All right, let me read. Kleptom. All right, Let's read the Sims 3 patch notes. Kleptomaniac Sims can no longer steal subway stations from lots. Sims can no longer woohoo in the elevator with a Sim who is on a different floor. The Grim Reaper will no longer be prevented from reaping souls due to band affiliation. Fix the tuning issues that Sims now vomit at acceptable levels. That's just something I found funny. It is no longer possible to try for baby with the Okay. Pretty much if you ever played The Sims, pretty much there's like a glitch or something. You can try if you have a female Sim in the household, you can try a baby with the Grim Reaper or something. I actually tried that at one point in The Sims 4, and it actually worked. I'm actually not joking. I was playing around in the Sim. I was creating just random Sims out of just curiosity, and I just found it funny. But pretty much one of my Sims died, sadly, but from getting eaten from like the cow plant or something. And pretty much I clicked on one, and I thought, is it possible to try for a baby with a Grim Reaper? So pretty much I actually tried it, and it actually worked. I'm actually not joking. Anyways, let's continue. Become enemies with a child wish no longer appears. Sims who are on fire will no longer be forced to attend graduation before they can put themselves out. If that happened at my graduation from high school, I'll be like, I'll grab like a fire extinguisher and put the people who are on fire out quick, because I believe you could die from burning to death, and it hurts. I'm betting it hurts because I've been burnt before. I never been burnt to death, which probably I won't be here. I was burnt to death. All right. Sims. I already read that. Pregnant Sims can no longer brawl. Baby Sims will no longer become stuck on Sims' hand while driving a car. Sims will no longer wish to skinny dip with mummies. A meteor can hit a building, in which case everyone. Oh crap! In which case everyone will run out before the collision. Those who do not exit the building will die. Sims automatically leave if a meteor is approaching, unless it's a school in which children are not allowed to leave and will always die. Holy crap! That's just wrong. Okay. Pretty much if the meteor was approaching or something, pretty much I'll be like, okay. I'll be like, pretty much I'll be like, wait. My Sim's child is in school and the meteor is approaching. Well, looks like it's back to you, Timmy. But in real life, if that happened, I'll be like, yep, we're all gonna die. And pretty much I would just try to break down the door. we'll see though. I played The Sims a lot when I was a little kid. Pretty much, my mother had a laptop at the time. Pretty much, we played my sister used to play The Sims 3 on it, and this was during a time when The Sims 4 did not come out. This was during like 2010 or 2012. And pretty much, I thought The Sims 4 had the ugliest graphics ever because I wasn't familiar with PC gaming at the time. I was more familiar with handheld and home console gaming. But now, as a teen, I'm more familiar with like computer games, as since sometimes I just normally just play on my phone since I don't have a computer on my own yet. And second of all, we don't even have a computer in my house because one, it has a virus, and two, it would be too expensive to go straight to the Best Buy in Davenport, which is a city in Iowa, which I live near. Pretty much since the best. I'll be right back. Be right back. I'll be back in a minute. What? All right, I'm back. Pretty much, I had to deal with something. My cousin wanted me to turn on the Wii in our room for him. So pretty much, and yes, I share a room with my cousin who lives with me. He's 6. Pretty much, every time we turn on the Wii, pretty much, he does the "I hate your controllers" joke on me, which I nowadays don't believe him. But anyways, back to the computer games. Pretty much, I don't really play. Pretty much, as I said, second, it's too expensive for me. Right, just to go straight to the Geek Squad down in Downport in the Best Buy that's down there, since the one in Moline, the town I live near, closed down because probably not having enough customers, probably for financial reasons. Pretty much, let's just say I didn't really have a good time there, and that's where I got half my games and consoles down there too. So, yeah, I sometimes go to GameStop, and video games, etc. If you don't know what video games, etc. is, it's a game store that's in East Moline in Illinois, which is a state that I live in. Well, you would get it if you looked up video games etc on Google, and it's mostly like a game store that's down here in Illinois in the U.S. But anyways, pretty much I'm not really familiar with, I don't really play computer games that much anymore. I just play on my phone or just watch videos all day. Mostly I just watch Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Game Grumps. Even just watch funny videos in general. I mean, I could show you one, just hold on. Also, if I'm eating something right now, eating crust from the pizza that was from dinner. Alright, so pretty much, crap, don't go in, darn it. Alright, so Joey Rima, pretty much I want to show you a, video that I found funny. It was really funny. Pretty much, you probably stumbled upon this video, like, probably before, but this is a Vine that was on, well, obviously Vine. Pretty much, probably know about it because you've probably seen it before. But anyways, this is gonna be funny. I'll turn it up for you. Oh, until I find a laugh from that joke each time. It's when you think of it though, it's mostly and I'm betting you've seen the video before, right? Well, pretty much if you're wondering where I heard of it from, pretty much I stumbled upon it during a meme compilation or something. So I just looked it up. Dang, get out of here. Sorry about that. But mostly, though, I somehow stumbled upon it during a when I was watching a meme compilation or something. So pretty much, it was mostly kind of unexpected, and I just found it pretty funny. So, yeah, it was mostly, I just found it pretty funny, and I'll be right. Not darn it. When I just step in. If you're wondering where I am in my house right now, I'm in my basement. In my house's basement. Pretty much, my cousin is always in my in our room all the time. So, and I just let him have the room, and I just normally come down here in my house's basement, so I can at least live stream and record for you and the other subscribers. And pretty much, believe it or not, I actually had another channel prior to this one. Pretty much before I got my replacement phone, which the one I use to create videos and live stream for you guys, for you and the other subscribers. Pretty much, I had a phone which is the same model as my replacement phone, but except it somehow gotten screen on it somehow got all like messed up somehow, and pretty much but mostly though this happened during when I was in Iowa with my family. Pretty much I was in Iowa for a vacation with my mom and dad or something, probably my aunt, my mom, or my dad, I don't know, but probably it was like during a time where I had my phone for probably around like 2 years now. So, and I got it like 2 years prior, probably around like 2016, 2017. And actually, no, it was like a year, so it was probably 2017 when I got my phone. And it was like 2018, so that happened last year. And over the summer, I just got it replaced. A Over the summer when I went to Nebraska for vacation, and when I went, my mother had who got my phone and signed the contract for it when my phone provider was Verizon at the time, and pretty much I now switched to AT&T, but I was with Verizon as a phone provider at the time, so pretty much I was very, very upset about it. I was very mad about it, and pretty much in my words, I was like, okay, that totally ruined my day. Pretty much when I saw it, I was like, why is the screen all messed up? And mostly I was about to say effed up, but I don't want to use profanity because mostly one, I want to watch my mouth on videos because of YouTube's bullcrap like community guidelines, and second, I swearing is just not my thing. I don't want to swear in front of in front of you and the other subscribers. I just don't want to swear at all. Well, I try not to, but it's just sometimes I get a little slip of the tongue when I speak. Sometimes use a bit of profanity sometimes. But anyways, pretty much it was like that for probably until this year during the summer when my mother took me and my sister down to Indiana, to Valparaiso, Indiana, where she has an apartment down there. She she went to the phone provider at the time. I can't speak today, but also she went down phone provider I had at the time. Pretty much went in there and pretty much I was pretty much while she was there getting my sister a new phone because prior she had her screen cracked. I don't know how, but we'll see though. She had the screen cracked, and on hers, pretty much, it was the same model as mine at the time, and she was given my mother's old phone while she got hers replaced, and replaced by a different model, which was probably the iPhone X at the time, and it wasn't the iPhone 11, because the iPhone 11 wasn't around at the time. And pretty much and still, her old phone, which my sister still has to this day as her primary phone, was still in great condition. So she gave it to her since her screen got smashed and the phone broke, and her original phone broke. So she gave her old one and got a new one. I know it may sound like a dickish move to you, but hey, she didn't really have a phone for like, I don't know, half a year. So yeah, but, stepped in something again. I don't know what I stepped in. Pretty much, probably cat board for either, because I have a few pet cats, but either it was something else. I don't know. But to hear something scraping on the ground or something, that's my foot, and just pretty much, I stepped in something again. Pretty much, and pretty much after I got back to, pretty much before I went off to my trip to Nebraska, probably around like a couple weeks before, pretty much I got my replacement phone in the mail, and I got it all set up. I got it all set up. I got all stuff, but there was one problem. I couldn't log into my original YouTube, my usual Google and YouTube account. Why? Because I forgot the freaking password, and pretty much it was too much hassle for me to go down to the freaking Verizon and go fix it down there. So yeah. Pretty much I had used my backup account, which is the one I'm still currently using, and the one that this live stream is still being posted on. So yeah, and I haven't gotten back in that Google account since. Pretty much on that channel, I just reviewed gaming content, in case you were going to ask what content it did. Because I had other YouTube channel on that as well, on that Google account as well. So, you ever? I always wanted to ask, have you ever played, like, what is your preferred, for, like, like, game console, like, right now, like PS4 or Xbox One? I'm just wondering, because I can't really afford an Xbox One right now. I have an Xbox 360 at my dad's, but I don't really have the money to afford a Xbox One yet. Oh, you're a PC guy? I am sometimes, but just sometimes when I'm more used to playing that console on a Xbox than playing on a PC. So, and since I don't have a PC here at home or my dad's, I don't really I don't really I don't really get used to a mouse and keyboard after like 2 minutes. So yeah. Mostly I got an Xbox 360 for my 9th birthday because mostly, one, they stopped, like, Microsoft stopped manufacturing them, like, and it was 2016, so pretty much Microsoft stopped, like, manufacturing them. And two, it would be more cheaper. It was like, they were more affordable at the time. And pretty much I had Minecraft with it at first, but after a while, I grew my game collection, and I still have that Xbox 360 to this day. It's literally sitting in my room at my dad's, and pretty much I play a lot of first person, and third person shooters. Only I played one third person shooter, which was Gears of War, if I'm correct. Especially the second one, because I liked the second Gears of War game than the first one. I think I played Gears of War 3 at one point when I was little, but apparently, nah, I don't really have any memory of it. But, I think I had Xbox Live at one point as well. But I recently got canceled out because pretty much expenses with paying bills, and the bills here in Illinois being fairly frickin' high made it up to like $1,000 a month for me to use the Xbox Live service to play online, and also to pay for Wi-Fi, keep me online, electricity, water, heat, gas. Wait, heat and gas are the same thing, if I can remember. Heat slash gas, and well, yeah, I do play PC every now and then when I normally head to my local library to play it, though, since I don't have a PC down there. But they have PCs down there in my local library down here in Kelowna, but I don't have a PC on my own yet. Well, not just yet, though. I'm still saving up for one or something. I don't know. But mostly, though, pretty much, I cost up to $1,000 a month just to keep me on Xbox Live, and it was Xbox Live Gold as well. So, and I just mostly played online games of third-person shooters though. But mostly though, um, have you ever heard of BioShock, like the 2007 game where there was like an underwater city? I'm just asking because mostly I played it, and I think I played the sequel at one point. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I heard it's good. Oh, okay. But mostly though, I think if you have like a Steam account, if you don't know what Steam is, and you probably have heard of it because everyone's heard of it nowadays. But pretty much, I think you can get it on there. Played a few hours of it, but I don't really own the game like myself. I don't really have the game for my Xbox 360. I have a friend who goes to UT, United Township High School, which is in East Moline, Illinois, which is a nearby town near Kelowna, which is where I live, and pretty much he has an Xbox 360 like I do, but it's like a different like model or something. It's probably around like the 2013 or 2012 model or something, or the deluxe one. I have like one from 2012 because the Xbox 360 was known for the Red Ring of Death, which I think you probably heard. And me being probably around like 4 when this me being like 3 or 4 when since the Xbox released 2005, which was the year I was born. But I was born, and it being discontinued in 2016. I didn't hear about the Red Ring of Death till I was around like 8 or 9, and pretty much when I got my Xbox 360, and it was like the newer models that they had until Microsoft discontinued it when they stopped like manufacturing them. I was like, thank God it wasn't one that red ringed on me. But still though, I still have that Xbox 360 to this day. And pretty much one of my cousin who used to live in Coal Valley, which is a small neighborhood or town near here in Kelowna. And yes, the town I live in is right near a bunch of other towns as well. But mostly though, he used to have an Xbox 360 himself, but it overheated somehow. I used to play BioShock 1 and 2 as well, and he had this controller that was custom, and he gave it to me since he knew that I had an Xbox myself, and he just gave it to me since pretty much he tried to sell it at one point, but he tried selling it at like GameStop at one point, but they couldn't take it because mostly it was it was a custom controller, so he had nothing to do with it until I came over at one point when he was in the process of moving. He still had his Xbox One out, which I'm surprised he had because mostly he had a job of his own at one point, and he graduated from high school. He's like older than I am, so and he had an Xbox One and PS4, which I'm surprised he likes both PS4 and Xbox One, which I'm still surprised by to this day. And pretty much, he didn't really go to college though. He chose not to. Pretty much, maybe because to spend more time with me when I came over to his house when he lived in Coal Valley, and pretty much he lives now in Alabama, which is I think one of the poorest states in the union, and also most one of the states that have one of the most cheapest like bills, which I'm surprised by. But mostly though he used to play a lot of Left 4 Dead 2 on it with me, and mostly we played it very when I was like around 5 or 6. And fun fact, pretty much my mother wasn't okay with me playing like rated M for mature games back when I was like 3 or 4, because she was afraid that it would have like a bad influence on me or something. And pretty much, it was, and pretty much she thought it was a bad influence on me and would, or something. But my dad was okay with it though, surprisingly. So pretty much, me and my cousin would play it on his Xbox 60 when he wasn't around. And if my cousin wasn't home, pretty much, I would get on his Xbox 360 and play it when when nobody was around. Pretty much, pretty much, pretty much, I didn't. It was like I played the first Left 4 Dead at one point, and pretty much when I got to like the first campaign, I didn't really know what to do. I actually thought, you had to get off the building by to get off to move on to the safe room. Apparently, I didn't realize there was a door, and I didn't realize that until a few months later. Until Lane showed me, and I said, "Wait, there was a door there." Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Pretty much, I did play a few hours of the first Bioshock at one point. I have a friend who goes to United Township High School in East Moline, and he and his dad is a family friend of my family. And sometimes when I'm with my dad, I normally come over and play Xbox with him. We normally like play Left 4 Dead or Halo or something. At one point we played Resident Evil 5, but we didn't really get that much progress into it. And he has a little brother too, so sometimes he would come in and watch. But since his parents didn't let him watch like Left 4 Dead and all that, pretty much we had to play Mortal Kombat, which I didn't get the logic of either, because his parents don't let my friend's little brother, watch us play Left 4 Dead, but can watch us. But he can, but they let him watch us play Mortal Kombat, and it was the 2011 reboot. And when I asked him about it, I was like, "Okay, I don't get your parents' logic, dude." And pretty much, he literally kicked my butt at it. I was terrible. Since I never played like Mortal Kombat in like a very long time, and pretty much I didn't really can't really remember the controls on the 360 version as was on the PS3. So pretty much I sucked. I sucked a lot. And no, not in that way. I mean, like in like a skill. But we'll see though. Um, Pretty much I think Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite are on Steam as well for like a couple bucks. So pretty much you can pretty much just get it there and just play it on there. Still though, and spoiler alert, if you want to hear the story, you can if you want to hear the story, you can do you really want to hear the story and let me spoil it for you, or no? All right. So pretty much you play as a guy named hold on, be right back. I need to get my charger. My phone's almost dead. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Pretty much, I'm gonna have to plug in my phone for a second, and pretty much, I need to plug in my phone, and I'll continue talking about the story of the game. Hold on. Alright, there we go. So pretty much, plays a guy named Jack, who pretty much is on a plane, over the Atlantic Ocean. And pretty much, the plane crash lands because, well, if you ever played the game in Infinite, you probably don't. Infinite DLC, the Bioshock Infinite DLC burial. See, you don't know how the plane crashed, but spoiler alert: in Bioshock Infinite's DLC burial C, turns out that Jack shot the pilot because somehow he had a gun in the present that was in the intro of Bioshock 1. But anyways, pretty much the plane crash lands in the ocean, and pretty much it's pretty much you swim to a lighthouse that's in the middle there. I don't know. Pretty much when I first saw that when I was little, I was like, why is there a building in the middle of the ocean? So pretty much you walk up into it, and then you discover a banner with the Andrew Ryan, which is a character I'll get into depth later. Pretty much with the banner saying, "No gods or kings, only man." And pretty much it was theorized that Andrew Ryan was in Rapture, when he ruled Rapture, was into objectivism, which was not true. But anyways, you get by the spear, then a little slight film shows up, which introduces the player to Andrew Ryan, and he talks about, here, feel whatever, no sweat, work on something with the sweat of your brow. No, says the man in America, belongs to the poor. No, says the man. No, says the man in the Vatican. It belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow. It belongs to everyone. And pretty much, then the thing wraps up, and you get a really good view of Rapture, which is, believe it or not, the name of the city, which really fits the theme, since mostly Rapture is in Rapture. And yes, that was a pun. But mostly, though, then you encounter Atlas, which, believe it or not, is Frank Fontaine in disguise. Frank Fontaine was a smuggler and a man of 1,000 faces, which Andrew Ryan hated, and pretty much during that point, he faked his own death in a shootout, and pretty much after that he became Atlas, which the character is disguised as, and mostly Atlas, aka Frank Fontaine, guides you through the Rapture for most of the game. No, hold on. No, never mind. But mostly though, pretty much it was like, and pretty much there you get introduced to the Splicers, which pretty much are inhabitants of Rapture, but they had their DNA well spliced and have an addiction to Adam, which is a substance in the game which I'll get more in depth to later. But pretty much you get out of the bathysphere after getting the shortwave radio in there, pretty much to communicate with other characters, and pretty much if I'm correct, you get the wrench, which is probably the main melee weapon of the game, which you gotta rely on a lot more than I expected, mostly. So mostly, it was like pretty much. There's also plasmids in the game, though, which pretty much at the beginning, when you get your first plasmid, though, it really just makes me cringe for some reason. I could show you it, but I'm just afraid you would cringe as well from just crackling of Jack's left hand, just scrunching up after that. It almost made me vomit it actually almost made me actually sick just viewing it for the first time when I was a child. When I was watching my cousin play Bioshock on his Xbox. So pretty much, you get your first plasmid in the cutscene. It just, ugh, I just can't stand the cutscene. It's just so cringeworthy. It's just the utter pain that Jack is having from his DNA being rearranged because he injected his first plasmid. Just from that, I could. Do you want me to show you it? I wouldn't advise it since mostly, uh, because mostly I'm just afraid I might cringe about it and you might not hear it though. So do you want me to show it anyway? All right, all right, hold on. All right, here you go. Found it. Fair to me to get cringeworthy. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. This is something I'm never gonna get over.
Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
All right, that part of that scene alone, just I won't get over ever because just I just feel the pain that Jack is in. It just makes me feel the pain that Jack is in from my left hand. It just makes me feel like that's actually happening to me. It just it just mostly I don't like needle being injected where your veins are in your hand between your wrist and your hand. I just don't like that either way. Ugh. All right, let's continue.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's bark. Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing. Would not be that yellow. Always have been. You'll be no better off with a metal daddy, little fish. See you floating from my...
Pretty much, if you're talking if the splicer if you want to know what the splicer was talking about, pretty much he saw a Big Daddy, which is a enemy which I'll describe in a minute, and probably will show in a couple seconds after I'm done. All right, I won't speak for the rest of it. There it is.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
Dang it, I played it over now. I might pause. Alright. In my opinion, I just hated that scene. It's just mostly though, just feeling. It's just, if you ever got an immunization or like a flu shot or something, the doctors would normally put it like where your arm is, mostly. But if you ever gotten that and that happened, I would very feel bad for you and feel your pain. I mean, my God, I just cringe at that scene in each time. And oh my gosh, it just almost makes me want to puke, and I just feel squeamish about it though. But anyways, the guy that was that metallic looking guy was a Big Daddy. Pretty much, there's different types of them. I could list them now, but you know I'll just list them now. Pretty much, that one was a bouncer Big Daddy. Pretty much, its right hand, which probably wasn't its preferred hand anyway, was removed and turned into like a giant drill. Pretty much, its helmet, the Big Daddy's helmet, pretty much was the lights on it were yellow. Pretty much, it means it's neutral, and it doesn't attack you unless you attack it. And they guard little sisters, pretty much, which were creepily little girls adopted from the surface that were turned to little sisters by Adam, which I'll explain now. Adam is pretty much some sort of like greenish substance from atom slugs from a aurora borealis like thing near Rapture that that makes plasmids, gene tonics, Eve hypos, etc. And Eve hypos are used to refuel on certain plasmids. Well, all plasmids in the game anyway. But mostly though, the bouncer, which you just saw in the video, pretty much attacks you with the drill unless if you attack it. So pretty much try to charge at you and try to drill right into you. You should have seen like the Bioshock 2 opening scene. I'm gonna show it to you right now. No, not this one. It's this one. Idle title screen. And this one I was gonna show.
A man has a choice. I chose the impossible. I built a city where the artist would not fear the censor. Where the great would not be constrained
Also, this may get a bit gory later. You'll see in a minute.
by the small. Where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality. I chose to build rapture. But my city was betrayed by the weak. So I ask you, my friend, if your life were the prize, would you kill the innocent? Would you sacrifice your humanity? We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
Yep. Alright. So yeah, it's just mostly though Bioshock 2's
Mostly though.
idle times title screen though, I just find better. It just, I mean, oh, you gotta go. All right, see you later. I'll I'll just wait here for. Wait here for someone, I guess.
Okay, I'm painting her right now. She will be done very soon, I hope. I want to wear her for Halloween. So she has spikes now, kind of. Eyelashes, I don't know what those are, but I don't know. Just put them. Oh, look, pizza. Okay. No, I got my finger. So, yeah, now I'm just painting the base coat on her. So then all the other colors look nicer. Okay, I'm painting her right now. Hey, what's the matter, honey?
Excuse me. Acid reflux. Yeah, it was an interesting trip, honestly. There were some really funny things that happened that I can't get into too much detail about due to them being personal things as well. But yeah, they were pretty funny though, I have to admit. If only you guys could have been there though. The not funeral part of the trip was like amazing. It was hilarious. Carolina cracked all of us up. She was the life of the party too, man. Oh wow, I forgot about this chest. I was gonna put something in there, wasn't I?
I'll sleep till when dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out. I lose sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream of dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out. Sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream of dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out. I lose sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream of dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out.
Hey, what's the matter, honey?
I lose sleep 'cause when I do, all I dreams are dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out. I lose sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out.
Look, you've been on my mind and I can't take you off it. It's been a couple days and I think that I've lost it. I don't sleep at night, I'm turning dreams into nightmares. I know that you're gone, but I wish that you were right there. Damn, you and I were meant.
Hey, what's the matter, honey?
Sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you, and yours is safety, falling out. We turn our hopes up to the skies. Rise, rapture rise. We'll go down with our sinking paradise.
Okay, I come very soon, I hope. I want to wear her for Halloween. So she has spikes now, kind of scales, eyelashes. I don't know what those are, but I don't know. Just put them. Oh, look, pizza. Okay. No, I got my finger. So, yeah, now I'm just painting the base coat on her, so then all the other colors look nicer.
it's crazy then. Now we just broke into pieces on the fucking floor, crying cause I still just can't believe this and I'm still awake.
Hey, what's the matter, honey? Hey, what's the matter, honey?
I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream my dreams of you. All I dream my dreams of you. Gotta be freaking kidding me.
Hey, what's the matter, honey?
I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream my dreams of you. And then yours you say you keep falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream my dreams of you. And then yours you say you keep falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream my dreams of you. And then yours you say you keep falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream my dreams of you. And then yours you say you keep falling out. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Here we go. This was made in mostly. I was crap. This was supposed to be made for me celebrating. Okay, so pretty much loosey goose. Pretty much, this was made for me hitting Let me check real quick. Hitting 10 subscribers. So pretty much, I'm gonna sing the song "I Don't Sleep," and if you don't, and you probably heard of the song before. It was in Oh Brownie's re-upload cover on the meme. So, do you still want me to sing it? Do you want me to sing it for you? Because I know the lyrics to it. So, do you still want me to sing? Okay. Let's hold on. I have it on. I'm listening to it on SoundCloud, so I can check the chat and see how you think of it. And just to let you know, my singing voice is beautiful. Just to say. Me, 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 just warming up. Let's do this.
Hey, what's the matter, honey?
I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you. And in yours you say your teeth falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you. And in yours you say your teeth falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you. And then you always say your teeth are falling out. I don't sleep 'cause when I do, all I dream are dreams of you. And then you always say your teeth are falling out. Thanks for thinking it's nice. I've been improving. Thanks for thinking it's sounding so nice. It's mostly though, just when I thinking of it, I was thinking of doing like a vocal cover of it for my 10 subscriber special. And this was supposed to be for you, mostly. It was supposed to be for Oro Brownie as well, but she can't really join the stream right now, I think. I don't know. I'll show you the comment for it, though, on my latest video. I'll show you my latest video that I did.
Hey guys, it's
Alright, so she said, I can't be in the stream, I have school, oof. And I said, that's fine. You can ask me your questions if you want to ask them for my Q&A on my next upload, or you can ask them now. So pretty much, it was supposed to be a Q&A chat stream. Well, I did one, last night, but there was not really that many no one showed up, so, because I tried to let you, shouldn't school be over now? I don't know. But I might ask her on her latest, I just let her know on her latest video, which was the re-upload of the, her re-upload on the I Don't Sleep meme. But, mostly though, I try to, ready my vocal cords, but I don't know if she'll be home by now, but I just let her know and I haven't gotten any response yet. But it's just mostly you and other subscribers of my channel really mean a lot to me. And you and the other subscribers are one of the best people I've ever met, because mostly I did YouTube in the past, way before I started this channel, and it didn't really go very well, let's just to say. But mostly though, and pretty much I started this back when I was running out of things to do. I didn't know what to do, and I realized, wait, I can upload videos on the YouTube and see how that goes, because the other ways I tried it in the past have failed. So I uploaded my first video, and here we are right now, in my first 10 subscribers, and pretty much I was running out of things to do. Pretty much I was just originally gonna not do this at all, because I was afraid my parents will find out. But sorry about that. But mostly, it's just mostly, I just felt like in the past. I felt like in the past that it's just when I first uploaded my first video, I just feel like it would fail like other attempts of trying to be well known on YouTube. But it didn't. I still had hope in myself that I would become a bit well known, like, or maybe even a lot well known if I'm lucky. But here we are now, in a stream that's been going on for 2 hours. So pretty much, not singing. Pretty much, I've been singing for well over a lot of years now, and pretty much, if you're wondering where I've learned the lyrics for the I Don't Sleep song that I just sang, it's in my liked videos somewhere. It's right here. I learned about them by memory. and pretty much I learned it all by memory by searching around YouTube just for finding the song.
All by memory, but
And pretty much it had a really good beat to it, and pretty much I noticed about some other ways, some other ways I can know about, like, if you ever heard of the, thing about the I don't sleep meme. Pretty much I really loved it when I first saw the video. It just, the teeth falling out, thing said I love, and pretty much I actually confused it for the past 2 days after I got that song stuck in my head. And pretty much when I looked up the lyrics, pretty much I realized it was falling out, since it was supposed to be, all I dream are dreams of you, and in yours you say your teeth are falling out or something like that. And pretty much I sing that in the actual song. I'm betting you heard it. But mostly though, that song was to for my pre 10 subscribers special. Don't know when the video's gonna be up for my 10 subscriber special. I might make a animation thanking you and the rest of the subscribers on this channel for 10 subscribers, since mostly I want to be well known on YouTube just like you are, and anyone else who's done animations before for these memes and for these songs. I want to be well known as well in the meme animation community. It's just I want to be well known. It's just mostly though you all, as I said, you all mean a lot, and I wouldn't take my I would never, and yeah, practice makes perfect. I know. I I heard that phrase more than hear that phrase a lot. But mostly though, I was about to say, I would never ever take you or any of the subscribers for granted. I'm not that kind of person, and I would never ever do that to you or any other person ever, because I know it's kind of like a bad thing to do, and it's really, and pretty much I try to be a sweet guy, and sweet and caring guy in general. Also, I can rap too. Pretty much, I think I know the lines of you probably heard of BioShock, right? Like the game BioShock. Like, you probably heard of it, right? Um, because mostly I can rap. I think JT Music, if you probably heard of them, they probably made like a rap song based off it called like Rapture's Rising or something, and pretty much like back a couple years ago, and I can learn all the moods from that. I like all the lyrics from it. I could sing it, but yeah, I'm pretty into rap as well. But do you want me to like sing the whole song, or do you don't want me to sing it at all? Because I'm pretty much pretty good at rapping in general, even though it does have a single like "damn it" or something like that. I don't know, like that, the word "damn it" in one of the lyrics. I, I like you're singing. So you want me to sing it? Well, because just don't. I just have it. Don't want the stream taken down for copyright, but I'll sing it anyway. It's probably in my like song somewhere. Let me find it. Probably right here. Here we go. There's if I wanna, okay. But there's BioShock 1 and 2. I'll sing both of them. Here we go.
Website's blocked.
Dang
Now
ads.
it's not.
You got,
Connect to a remote VPN server
I
and
don't care
bypass
about
any
NordVPN.
content.
Sorry. Beyond the ocean, a lighthouse is waiting for me. The great chain in motion, beneath the waves of the sea, into the city, all good winds flow. The sweat on your brow is what you reap and sow. Forge your own fortune from salt and from sand. No gods or kings, only man. Look, my son, you want a gene pool, so I guess I had a head start on these fools.
Doesn't take a winter blast for Jack to keep cool. But isolation in the deep blue can be cruel. I descend the depths, fathom my fathom as if the ocean opened up and I've been cast in a chasm upon a swift seascape. Genetic accidents happen, but don't blame me. The cause of the fall had to be Adam. He was toying around under the oars. Listen to Angel Ryan, the philosophical entrepreneur. He might have put me on blast, but I'll get past his thugs. Ask to Fontaine was an assless shrug. Welcome to Rapture, where you can manufacture. Evolution and natural selection's happening faster. And when I said nothing of the lecture, he's dead, but I can resurrect it. An engine never rests in a festus. As a respecter, give me breath to the breathless. Quite dependent on medkits. A demented doctor obsessed with affection. You promised to be pretty, Steinman. Why do I get this? I treated your ugliness like an affection. I was a wretch when I went to the dentist. I'm like no devil out of bashing his head in. Ineffective inventions. It's like a Houdini when I pump lead into the lead heads. All artwork, one is censored, forget it. Kill his disposition. I guess it's genetic. Death is a choice that I reject. Rise, flash your eyes. We'll turn our hopes up to the skies. Rise, flash your eyes. We'll go down with a sinking paradise. So nothing to get on them. Shackles remind me I start from the bottom. Little fish, have you had your cherry pop? I'm a grown man, damn it. I ain't scared of shot. Now my veins are on fire. Rearranging DNA sounds like playing with fire. It's a practice for the lack of moral guidance. This vices. Villains in you vandals turn to violence. Thinking by an elected gentle giant. Manipulated by the parasite inside him. And parasite in Ryan's eyes are put to silence. Raining strong and not lethal to the weak and feeble. Better rearrange your DNA if you like to fight its equals. How does I don't feel and it doesn't make me evil? Giving power to the people. Reparation. Let's be fair, let's say fair, forget the regulations. Perfectly working without you. Feel my craving at the circus of value. Gone to the city, like a moth to a flame. Falling from grave, swallowed by a watery grave. I'm on the stage, I'm a part in a play. I'm gonna pop up just like pawn in the game. Look for something that's not let me a pop from a sleeve. Rise, rock your rise. We turn our hopes up to the skies. Rise, rock your rise. We'll go down with a sinking paradise. Rapture is leading through cracks that are leaking. Remembering memories to secrets that keep it. In the skies of the night masquerades. Angels glide on none of the matter, it's the practice I'm preaching. My cheat beats of telekinesis. And hacking past your defense. And I'll attack you like a swarm from a hornet's nest. I'm just guarding and running toward a guess. I've been cleaning them out, I can afford the best. Some more vanity, that settles in the Civil War. Who's gonna want to scrub the toilets? I'll swear, got no other choices. And I don't wanna swear. You try to seize my city, I destroy it. Just relax, Big Daddy, I commend ya. Strike a pose, smile for the camera. Just like Iron Man does. And Tintin really feels on stand up. A man chooses
unlike a slave who drinks from the path that his master pays. Every order does everything they say. Would you kindly obey, 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 obey. Rise, rapture, rise. We turn our hopes up to the skies. Rise, rapture, rise. We roll down with a sinking paradise. My city is thriving. Our allies choose them wisely. Our rapture is rising. Stand with us, would you kindly rise, rise, rise? Alright, that was me rapping to the Bioshock Rapture Rising. I'm gonna take a breather real quick while I rest my vocal cords from rapping all that. I barely did it without taking a breather, well, except for the one getting breathless. Anyways, here's the other one. Thanks. See,
Find your
every morning
inspiration.
because there's lyrics on the bottom video. This so you can see it. Here goes.
Cause we're going for another long dive. Some call me father, others call me Johnny Topside. Long forgotten, now we're swept up by the wrong tide. Thought my bed was made, but I just woke up on the wrong side. Starting up my heart, I feel my second wind. Back from the dead, subject Delta checking. Revving up the engine, now it's blended out genetics. Up the filter down, still electing that's already sitting in. Fire at my fingertips, I won't be told to kill. Stepping presence like an addict, total overkill. All at once, wanna call the shots, time to roll the fifth. Wanna have a slice of Philly win because we know the drill. Step between me and my daughter and you'll get down. With any atom that you had is getting ripped out. Who's your daddy now, huh? Who's your daddy now, huh? When a river much you left the wrecks you rather drown. Now barely through the killing, like a very selfish. It's a flying like a dying like replace his balance. Down as I am an alpha, he's gonna mess around, kid. Now the daddy's coming.
Yeah?
I can hear you upstairs in the kitchen, and my hearing's terrible, so I'm asking how loud you're actually being.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Anyways, let me just do it like this. Very selfish. There's some flying and there's some dying like a close to college. Wanna go down as I am an alpha, he's gonna mess around, kid. Now the daddy's back in the house, but since it's getting grounded. Here's some picture cut was on my head, I held it. Enter with her, that did some hit me, had me helpless. It is horrific, but I hide behind my helmet. Know about you now, you're overzealous, I now split. Now look at the aim, I see a wolf. What's in my pants and shit? Now that I never abandon me, even with a dysfunctional family. I'm not still a man, you see. I'm not simple, my hands are free. People know when I want to get my body, doesn't like me, my live and breathe. You are alone anymore, darling daughter. Daddy's home, stronger than your mama knows. Come to Papa, Daddy's home. From the depths of Persephone, and you're remembering everything. How I've been tortured and twisted. And my memories and identity. I'm in the rapture during the time that Jack spent. Never a friend before I just because they had an accent.
skeptical of this suspicious sounding charm. If you try to blow my things and blow your setups on my lawn. Can I trust everyone but never trust anyone? I'm getting hesitant, all the voices in my head are wrong. I'm not on agenda, even got the cannonball. My instinct is my decision if I wanna wreck you up. I need Ethan, I need Adam, be a deer and get me some. I don't want to cut your coat and have them keep you let them calm. Even the dad to put the team on his back. Oh damn, with my hands up front, keep her intact. I don't know what name that's going to start this week in the track. Like mechanical mind, I find this easy to hack. Cause I'm Tin Man, Frankenstein, Martin shining on. That's like a daughter and my daddy or a monster, One too many times I lost her. It's a guardian and now I'm counting on her. Here I've been on my own. Can you see how much I've grown? Taught me everything I know. So when will you be coming home? I can't make it on my own. Mama's watching where I go. I can see it hit blood. It used to bring my daddy home. You wait, champ, you won't even last around. Too long you boots a piece of juice, then you get smacked around. Down the south, I've got so many years here in Ransom now. Baddest motherfucker in the building, who's your daddy now? Would you kindly put your weapon down? Cut the cameras, cause I'd rather not be ratted out. Put me back to power, I would've made Atlas proud. Once you hit the 1-2 punch, slap you, whack you out. Listen, galley, gonna let you fire across the crowd. Fast and trousers, grab your round. That's the daddy now, I'm seeing blood. Running up the heat, we're gonna need the vent. Follow me, where the six, let me lead this abyss. I don't think we'll be missed where the surface is. That's not myself and how she's acting out. Once my daughter becomes stronger than her daddy. Daddy, I've been on my own. Can you see that much I've grown? Taught me everything I know.
Oh, I understand you have to go. Alright, see you tomorrow, I guess. That's fine. Try to see it like this. See you tomorrow.
Ever since our first Bioshock.
Alright guys, I'm gonna have to cut the stream down, so I'm sorry. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow for another stream. Bye!